Alright guys, so first off I'm going in with my Sigma eyeshadow base, and this is in the shade Persuade, and I'm just taking this all over my lid and blending that out. This is just a nice base that will even out my eyelid and also give me like a nice base before I go in with eyeshadow. As you can see, it just makes a big difference. And then I'm going to be going in with the Dark Magic palette from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault Collection. And I'm taking the shade called Potion, and this is a Sigma E40 blending brush. And I'm just starting to diffuse this into my crease. You just want to take your time when building up this color. Just because this is not your typical transition shade, you know, like if you were going in with a tan or, you know, a light brown or something, it's definitely easier to blend out. But because of this shade, I think, you know, you really have to take your time and build up the color. And it was a little bit patchy, so I just took my time and I actually went back in. This is a Sigma E38 tapered blending brush, and this seemed to work a little bit better because it was a little bit more dense and just kind of seemed to pack on a little bit more color. And next I'm going to go in with this shade called Shh, and this is like a taupey brown shade, and I'm taking this on a Sigma E25 blending brush, and actually this really helped to make that green shade look a lot more seamless and just like opaque, I guess. It really helped. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to blend in with that green color, but it really gave it a lot more depth and just made it look more smooth and less patchy. So I just built that up into the crease, and as you can see, I kind of drag out the color a little bit to give me more of an elongated shape. And then I'm going to go in with this shade called Busted, which is such a stunning blue. And I'm taking that also on a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm just starting to pack that on my outer corner. And again, you just want to take your time with these colors. So I'm kind of using patting motions, and then I'll like slowly drag out the edges and just to blend it a little bit. You don't want to take this too high up or too far out. I just really want to define that outer corner and give my eyes a lot more shape and dimension. And again, just kind of packing that on and just slowly dragging whatever's left over on my brush kind of inward towards the inner portion of my eye. And I'm going back in with my Sigma E38 brush just to drag a little bit of that blue to the inner corner and give that area a little bit more depth as well. And as you can see, just kind of blending out those edges to make sure everything is nice and soft. And next I'm going in with this color called Inside Job, and this is just a deep matte green shade. And again, I'm just kind of deepening up that outer corner, just trying to keep this lower onto the lid area and not dragging it up too high. And again, I just felt like packing motions really worked best with getting the most pigmentation out of these shadows and just slowly kind of blending out the edges. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. I'm taking, I believe, Tarte Shape Tape, and this is just a flat concealer brush, I believe, from Urban Decay. And so I'm just cutting like the inner 2/3 of my lid and just getting a nice cut crease. And then I'm going to set that with Poof, which is just a nice matte like cream, like bone cream shade. I don't know, it's like a bone color. So I'm just packing that onto my lid, and this was so pigmented. I didn't expect this color to be that pigmented, and it actually worked very nicely. And then just going in with a smaller like little detailer brush just to get those inner corners. And now that I've set the lid, I'm going back in with the blue shade, and I'm just blending out those edges. You just want to make sure that there's a nice blend from the cream shade into the deeper shades, and this part you really want to take your time with, just because obviously the inner corner lid shade is so light, and then you go transition out to the very deep shades. So I just go back and forth and really blend out those edges. You can go back and forth in between the colors, like if you need to go to the deep shade and then use a little bit of the cream shade until you have a nice gradient. And then I go back in with this little detailer brush. This is, I believe, from Kevyn Aucoin, and I'm just packing a little bit more of that blue and just really defining the crease. And then I blend it out with this little detailer brush from Morphe, and I just feel like it really enhanced the cut crease. And then I'm going back in with a little bit of that shade Potion, which is the olive green shade, and I'm just taking a tiny amount and blending it right between the blue and the cream, just to give it more of a like a gradient to where it fades nicely and you just have a nice blend. and it just came out very nice. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going back in with Potion, which is again that olive shade, and I'm just dusting that onto the lower lash line with the Sigma E38 brush. And then I go back into Busted, which is the matte blue shade, and again just kind of defining the lower lash line. And you want to connect the outer portion of the lower lash line to the upper lid as well, just so you have like a nice blend. And it also gave me like that elongated effect on the eyes. And I'm going in with this shade called Trickery, which is a shimmery, like deep, I don't know, like an army, not even an army green, like a forest green. And I'm packing that on the lower lash line with the Sigma, this is a flat definer brush, and just really defining that lash line. And then I go back in and blend that out with a little bit of the deep blue and the deep green. I just felt like it gave it a little bit more depth with a little bit of shimmer to the lower lash line. And then I'm taking Power Cut, which is like a deep silvery, almost like a gunmetal shade, and I'm using that just right on the inner corner of the lower lash line. And again, this just brought a little bit of dimension to the lower lash line. And for lashes, I'm using Icon lashes in the style Famous, and these are just so fluttery and wispy. I have a coupon code, and I'll list it down below in the description bar if you guys are interested, to save 30% off. And then for lips, I'm going in with Makeup Forever lip liner. This is in the shade Where's Walnut, and just lining my lips. And then I'm going to go in with one of the Too Faced Melted Metallic liquid lipsticks, and these are so nice. Like, I just love how lightweight these feel. They dry down matte, but they have like a slight sheen to them. They're not like super metallic, which I appreciate. I don't like a super like shimmery metallic lip, but they just give your, like, I don't know, your lips some dimension and just make them look so full. And then I'm going in with the highlighter. This is from Dose of Colors, and I love Sarahii, and this is in the shade Soulmate. And this highlight is absolutely stunning. It's just like the most beautiful champagne shade. So I am just highlighting my cheekbones, my chin, the tip of the nose, bridge of the nose. And I love the Sigma brush for highlighting. I forget what the number is, but again, I'll list everything down below in the description bar if you're interested. And I also took a little bit of that to my tear duct for my inner corner highlight, just because the Jaclyn Hill palette didn't have anything light enough that I wanted to highlight my inner corner with, and also a little bit of that on my brow bone. And it just tied the whole look together. It looked so pretty. And basically this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on your way out and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!